Here we go. It's for Geeknd Live.
I've been looking forward to this.
Oh, yeah. So I'm Jamie, and your Thursday starts here with some Star Wars chat. If you're watching live, get involved in the live chat. If you're watching on the replay, aka the future, then drop me a comment. Get involved with this Star Wars discussion, our weekly Star Wars discussion. And let me tell you that in this week's alleged entertainment, we will be talking about the time that Dune and Star Wars nearly clashed in a desert in Jordan. And also, there's been some Ahsoka casting news as well since we last spoke. But as always, this is a very interactive stream, show, whatever you want to call it. So let me pop over to the chat to say a few hellos. I saw the early bird, Glenn the Geeky Gippy, was the first one here, saying some good stuff there. Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, people. Very important. I'm just going to remove this banner that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Jane Flakes as well. Good to see you, Jane. Hope you're well. Peter's here also. Good to see you, Peter. Astromus in the house. Always good to see you, my friend. And David Milano. Simon D is in the house. Red 5 standing by. Gaz Nottingham's here as well. Good to see you, Gaz. And whilst I have Simon here on the screen in kind of text form, let me just also, if you don't mind, before we get into our stuff, our news for the week, can I just promote the most recent video on the channel, which Simon helped me with. Simon contributed to this. It's about Jake Lloyd. Hayden Christensen has been, he's had his critics over the years, some of which seem to have backed off. There seems to have been a bit more of a warming towards Hayden and his performance in the Star Wars prequels. Yet Jake Lloyd hasn't had that, I feel, anyway. And I also feel, and this is Jamie talking in 2021, this has not always been what Jamie's thought. I'm going to stop talking in the third person now. But I think Jake Lloyd's performance in The Phantom Menace is kind of underrated. And I feel like he deserves a bit of a reappraisal, at least an adjusting of the narrative. Brad Snoke summed it up pretty well. Ahmed Best, Hayden Christensen, Jake Lloyd were on the kind of Star Wars pedestal of shame. It seems like Ahmed and Hayden have left that pedestal of shame, which is great. But Jake seems to still be there. So this video is a little bit about that. And as I say, Simon contributed with some great analysts, great kind of thoughts really on the editing and how the editing of the film might have actually hindered Jake Lloyd's performance. So, as always, it's like I'm hitting my head against a brick wall with this platform. If you haven't already, go and check out the video. Watch as much of it as you can as possible, because retention is king, apparently, on YouTube. And obviously, hit that like button and leave a comment as well, if you can. Anyway, enough of that promotion. I also saw that Monkey Spango is here as well. Good to see you. And Power Droid Girl as well. So we have a couple of stories, not much to talk about, not going to lie. Another quiet week in Star Wars news. Although since we last spoke, there has been a few Book of Boba Fett TV kind of, drops, mini trailers or whatever you call them. And one of them reveals that we are most likely going to see what happened to Boba post apparent death in the belly of the Sarlacc, which I'm happy about, because you can't just ignore that, to be honest. And also I read somewhere that, I don't know if this is confirmed or a leak or just a rumor, maybe it is confirmed, that the Book of Boba Fett's going to be 7 episodes long, which is a kind of funny number. Hello to Clay's as well. It's a funny number, 7, I suppose, for a series. I saw some people getting quite angry about it, but I guess my thoughts are it doesn't really matter how many episodes there are, how long the episodes are, as long as they feel like they're telling the best story possible without dragging it out unnecessarily. Then they should know best in terms of episode duration and number of episodes. Although I was complaining about the shorter Mandalorian episodes in the past, I can't deny that. Supreme Leader Brad Snoke is in the house. Name checked him just a little bit earlier on. So anyway, our first story is some Ahsoka casting news. So 2022 is going to be a really big year for Star Wars, and maybe even for this channel, who knows? But this series, Ahsoka, is actually slated for 2023, I believe. So next year we've got, well, the Book of Boba Fett goes into next year, starts right at the end of this year. Kenobi, and also Andor, and allegedly The Mandalorian Season 3, which will probably be right at the end of the year and perhaps go into 2023. But more casting news seems to be coming out now in regards to one of those 2023 projects, Ahsoka. We know Rosario Dawson will be reprising her role as Ahsoka Tano. But here we go, some more casting news. So there was another bit of casting news before we came on, which we'll just bring up before we talk about what's actually on the screen at the moment. And that was the casting of Sabine Wren. Now, I know a lot of you who have watched Rebels, enjoy Rebels, know a lot more about Sabine Wren than me, a big character that I'm going to learn all about, of course, when I finally get through Rebels. But Natasha Liu Bordizzo from Sydney, Australia, Straya, has been cast as Sabine Wren. And then that was quickly followed by this news. Oh, by the way, you might know Natasha Liu Bordizzo from Netflix, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Sword of Destiny. And she also apparently played the character of Helena in Netflix for Society. So there you go, some extra information for you there. But anyway, on to this one here on Deadline, who broke the story, I believe. Yes, look, exclusive. Ivana Sakno, who is from Kiev in the UK, Ukraine. There we go, that's how you say it. You might know her from Pacific Rim Uprising, which John Boyega was in, right? And also in The Spy Who Dumped Me, no less, as well, she appeared in. But anyway, she has been cast opposite Rosario Dawson and Natasha Liu Bordizzo in the Disney Plus limited series Star Wars Ahsoka. Now, there's no news about what character she might be playing, but let me just bring up this second article in regards to this story, and I'm going to come back to the chat in a moment. Here we go. Finally got there. So this is on Den of Geek. New Star Wars character confirmed for Ahsoka series. Now, this shouldn't be a surprise. There will hopefully be more than one new character confirmed for the Ahsoka series at some point. And it is connected to Ivana Sakno's casting. Speculation here. Could she be playing, and I don't know if I say this right, a Chiz character, which is the blue-skinned species that Grand Admiral Thrawn is. He's a Chiz, if that's how you say it. So there is speculation here that Ivana Sakno could be playing a female Chiz, if that's how you say it. So anyway, let's look at this article. The Jedi-centric series, which will reportedly go into production in March, has been busy rounding out its cast. Deadline is reporting another new addition, Ivana Sakno, who will play a newly created character. Again, this shouldn't really be a big story, should it? Of course, there's going to be many new characters created in the series, as opposed to a hero or villain that we've met in the past. So, of course, the difference is Sabine Wren was that casting was an existing character, of course. It's too early to say how big her role will be in the series, but that's not stopped fans from speculating about who she might be playing. From the mystical force being known as the Daughter to one of Grand Admiral Thrawn's Chiz comrades. The latter possibility is particularly exciting since the fan favorite Chiz race, which debuted in 1991, has yet to make the jump to live action. But that's going to happen regardless of Ivana's character, because we all but know Thrawn will be in this series. And the article goes on to say it would make sense to show more of Thrawn's people, especially if the theory that he's hiding in the unknown regions of the galaxy is indeed true. This unexplored area of space just happens to be the home of the Jizz Ascendancy, the empire from which the Imperial villain hails. And there is no sign of Thrawn or Ezra Bridger on the cast list yet. But of course, there's no shortage of speculation in regards to those roles. Anyway, let me pop over to the chat to see what's going on over here. Let me see. Where was I? Seeing some love for Jake, which is good. Powdroy Girl makes a point that Hayden and Ahmed have benefited from expanded characterization of Jar Jar, and older Anakin. Young Annie hasn't really gotten that yet. That's true. That's true. It's a good point. Where am I? Mark O is here. Hey, Marco. Did you see the Disney video on the new Star Wars hotel? It looks terrible. No, I haven't seen that video. Don't think I'll ever be able to afford to go there, so I don't want to make myself more depressed about that fact than by watching a video of it. So it doesn't look good. Is that what you're saying? I think they've sold out, haven't they? The first 3 months I read somewhere. Anyway, hope you're well, Marco. Jane Flakes, that is sad. The original voice actor of Sabine is really cool in the other stuff she has done. I don't know who she is, but of course, Katie Sackhoff, because it's not unusual for a animated character in terms of the voice actor to not, it's quite normal for them not to play the live action version. But of course, with The Mandalorian, Katie Sackhoff, who did voice the animated Bo-Katan, did play the live action as well, which was pretty cool. And I suppose some might have got their hopes up that was going to set a precedent, but clearly not in the case of Sabine Wren. Simon D, about casting. Have you seen the trailer for the new Jack Reacher show? No. Has anybody seen the new trailer for the new Jack Reacher show? And anybody? After audiences not happy with Tom Cruise as the part, Simon didn't mind him. They got a guy more in keeping with the books. Yeah, I suppose maybe the fans who know the live action Jack Reacher and not the books are the ones that aren't so happy about it. But the ones who do know the books, like yourself, presumably, Simon, are more like, no, this works. This makes sense, which is sort of topic of James Bond conversation as well, isn't it? Peter, I must say that the Ahsoka transformation from cartoon to live action was pretty good. So looking forward to the series. Yeah, not too long to wait, mate. 2023. And a lot between now and then in terms of Star Wars. If I've missed anything, copy and paste it back in. Cheers rhymes with kiss. I always figured that's from Glenn, the geeky hippie. Peter's curious what Sabine and Ahsoka will find. And Simon D makes a very good point. If Jamie was in the shed during December, he'd be blue-faced like a chiz. Chiz, if that's how you say it, we're not sure character. I can still be kind of blue-faced. There we go. I'm a chiz. Didn't plan on doing that. And now I've broken the set. Yeah, I miss the shed in a way, although I would definitely be cold right now in that shed and therefore blue-faced. Chad Campbell will definitely go to the Star Wars hotel whenever I can afford to. Yeah, mate, see you there in 2056. I'm saving up. Maybe you can go there before me. I don't know. Maybe if this channel blows up, I can get a free ticket, hey? And maybe I can get like a free guest list. And like we can go, all of us together. Anyway, Gaz Nottingham says it would be good to see Thrawn, but also some live action chiz. Are we saying it right, or am I saying it right? Ascendancy. Their tech is different to that in the known galaxy and would bring something fresh to the screen. That sounds cool. And Chad Campbell didn't even make it as far as the second Jack Reacher film. By the way, if anyone here is watching, I am who watched the Jake Lloyd video, and a number of you got in contact with me who are interested in seeing Simon's prequel edit. I'm working on getting that to you. I have got it on a hard drive somewhere, and I've got to, well, first of all, check it's on a hard drive that's here with me in Mexico. And if not, Simon, I'm going to have to ask you to resend it, and then I will get it to you guys soon. David's here as well. Hello there to David, and he's doing his job. He's doing his job, which I've noticed Chad's not done. There's been no mention of time from Chad. If you're new here, Chad, the stopwatch Campbell, who's in the chat, he usually, anyway, but not today apparently, will try and keep me to time, because we try and do 30-minute streams. It doesn't happen very often, and it's up to Chad to try and keep me to time. And David, to also tell you to smash that bloody like button, ladies and gentlemen. Jane Flakes has been enjoying the latest Thrawn books. Lots of chiz. Sounds dangerously close to that intergalactic jazz genre that is known as jizz. Lots of jizz. Anyway, so is it chiz? You meant to like hiss at the end. So when am I back in the studio, the shed studio? I don't know, mate. I've got to get back in the country first, haven't I? It won't be this year, though. I'm staying here until the new year. I'm here for up to 6 months. So that's like March, mid-March. Anyway, Simon D, in regards to the Star Wars hotel, with my salary, my budget hotel Star Wars experience is more likely sleeping in a swampy bog like I'm in Dagobah. Welcome to my world. David Milano also asking, read a prequel edit. David, I will try and, can you drop me a message on a platform that's not the live chat so I can remember once we finish this stream, and I'll add you to the list. Drop me a message on Instagram if you can. And anybody else, if you're interested in Simon's cut, I've had like 5 or 6 emails, a couple of messages on YouTube. So, you know, it's as far as I know, Simon is happy for you to see it. He hasn't put it live to stream because of licensing issues and what have you. But yeah, it'd be good to get some eyes on it for sure. Skywalker Sound, hello to you. Hope you're well. And Chad finally has pulled his socks up. 15 minutes remaining. But of course, I'm slightly ahead of you, so it's less than 15 minutes now, because there was a little bit of a delay between what I'm doing and what you're seeing. And a bit of extra from Simon here. Sadly, I couldn't upload it as YouTube. I always was getting it pulled down by Disney bots. Vimeo has time constraints too, but we'll sort it out. We will sort it out. We'll sort it out, lads and ladies. And Chad as well on the list. Google Drive's a good idea. Google Drive's a very good idea from Chad, the stopwatch Campbell. Who's also not just a stopwatch. He's somebody with the occasional good idea. Astramus has started reading the Thrawn trilogy comic from Legends, and surprised to actually like it. Cool, man. Right, let me bring up the second story, then I'll be back to the chat. So just a fun little story. And, you know, I feel like I've got to win some of you back, because I was, I would say, cruelly attacked last week for daring to say that I did not enjoy Dune. Apparently, when I say Dune, it sounds like June. So I'm really trying to Dune it now. Am I Duning it enough for you? So I said last week that I didn't. And yes, I've bought these sunglasses. Why do you have to keep trying to get me to buy even more? Anyway, I said last week that I didn't enjoy Dune. All right, Dune. And I'm sorry. I upset some of you, apparently, with these comments. But here is a fun little behind-the-scenes tidbit in regards to Dune almost clashing with Star Wars in the desert. So, this article's on IndieWire.com. Denis Villeneuve met Star Wars team to prevent desert filming crossover. Let's protect us both. So, Star Wars is one of Denis Villeneuve's favorite films. We're talking about the original here in The Empire Strikes Back, because he hasn't been so kind about the others. But it turns out that the franchise almost got in the way of his Dune adaptation, as production designer Patrice Vermette told The Hollywood Reporter. The Dune team was scouting locations in Jordan's Wadi Rum Desert, when he noticed what looked like a big tech scout that was unrelated to Villeneuve's project. What other studio tentpole had crews in Wadi Rum? Well, Star Wars, of course. So the desert was already being used for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Not used in terms of filming, they were scouting. So this was for Pisana, which was the planet where they bumped into Lando. Anyway, the article goes on to say, as the Hollywood Reporter reports, because that's what they do, when the Dune team's chopper was back on the ground, Vermette followed his instincts and texted a friend, Paul Inglis, who had worked on Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049 and since had been hired as the supervising art director on J.J. Abrams' Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, aka TROS. Then in production. Oh, so it was in production, okay. But I don't think they were filming in Jordan at this moment. It would have been production, say, on the soundstage at Pinewood. Anyway, he said, "Hey man, random question. Do you happen to be in Wadi Rum right now?" Vermette recalls writing. Inglis texted back saying, "Yup, was that you who just flew over us?" The Dune crew's concerns were confirmed. Star Wars was already there, shooting in Villeneuve's dream desert location, because we all have dreams about deserts. Now, this was a bit of a concern for the Dune team, and it says in the article here, because Star Wars and Dune already share similar story points, Villeneuve was extra adamant about making sure there was no overlap between his movie and the Rise of Skywalker production. The filmmaker and Vermette arranged a meeting with the Star Wars team at a hotel bar to see if the two tentpoles could both use Wadi Rum without filming the same exact locations. Here's a quote. "We told them we don't want to know anything about your story, but let's protect both of us and make sure we don't end up shooting the exact same areas of the desert," Vermette said. And then he said it was all cool. So there we go. A happy ending. You could say a disappointing ending, because I was hoping for like a sort of, like the rival Anchorman news crews, like Marvel shows up, DC shows up. You got Dune, you got Star Wars, and it all ends in a big bloody brawl. But no, it was all cool, apparently. Anyway, a little bit of fun sort of behind-the-scenes story there. I quite enjoyed reading that. I hope you enjoyed me reading it too. It's like bedtime stories with Jamie Stangroom. If it is indeed bedtime where you are in the world, it's not where I am. Anyway, I'm popping back over to the chat. So let's have a look. David McKay, hope you're well, my friend. Haven't seen you for a while. You haven't seen it. Well, I'm not going to say anything, because when I did say a thing about it last week, my opinion, that thing, I upset people. I shocked people with my comments. I didn't hate it. I just bored, to be honest. Anyway, I hope you're all right, David. Where else? 1 minute left? No. Only been going for 23 minutes. Unless you're talking about something else. Anyway, Simon D is going to look into the Google Drive options. So anyone, David, I can see you want to be added to the list. I've got your email, so that's all good. But yeah, can you email me anyway to remind me, as you've said there? Thank you very much. So if anyone else wants to see Simon's Fall of Anakin prequel edit, so get in contact with me off the stream if you can, and I'll add you to the list. We're working on it, aren't we, Simon? We're working on it. And Simon was also mixed on Dune. I'm mostly hearing from people who loved it. I have to admit that. I feel like I'm in the minority not enjoying it. I'll be there for the sequel, but I'm not counting down the days. I mean, do we know when it's coming out? Right, I don't know. Oh, okay, so Chad's not talking about time. He's talking about money. See, I see numbers from Chad, and I think he's like talking to me about timings, but he's talking about money with Simon. We'll leave them to it. Jane, however, once all of the new Dune films are finished, they will be worth a binge. Yeah, that's the thing. There's still a story to be told there, and I might absolutely love the second one. Is it going to be a trilogy? Or is it a sequel and out kind of thing? But anyway, there's still time for me to really enjoy what they bring next, and perhaps that might even make me appreciate the first one more. Chad Campbell adds, and I can see Glenn loved Dune as well, Villeneuve's version. Chad adds, I definitely like Dune, but it's not for everyone. It's like Star Wars, but if everyone was tweaked and emotions were gone. Yeah. I felt nothing for the characters. I really did. Oh, the bagpipes were cool. I'm with you there, Astramus. The bagpipes were cool. Peter adds, the Dune film is spectacular with lots of famous faces, but not much more, I thought. Yeah, it looks beautiful. And I really enjoyed the soundtrack and the sound in general. Hans Zimmer, right? Doing the soundtrack. Looked beautiful. Looks beautiful. And again, I just didn't feel anything for the characters. Hey, Victor, hope you're well, mate. Good to see you, my man. I will emoji beer pump you there. Dave Milano, Dune 2021 was a beautiful half film, epic and expansive, yes, but doesn't land any of the narrative threads because it's an incomplete story. I still like Lynch's version best so far. And he apologizes. You don't need to apologize. Jane's up for the fall of Anakin. Jane, can you send me a message on Patreon or Discord to remind me, please? And I'll add you to the list as well. 6 minutes remaining, Chad tells me. How long is the prequel edit? I can't remember now. What is it, about 3 hours? Simon will tell you. I can't remember. I saw it Simon sent it to me about well over a year ago. And that's why I'm not sure which hard drive it's on. But I have got a number of hard drives with me here in Mexico, so I am going to have a look. There's definitely one more, isn't there, for Dune? But is it going to be a trilogy? I mean, I'm not. I did see the original. I didn't read the book, so I don't know if they can. Can they really drag it out for 3 films? I mean, they managed to drag The Hobbit out for 3 films, didn't they? So of course they can. Silly me. Right. And the Cowboy Bebop Netflix series. I'll have to have a look at that. Gaz Nottingham enjoyed it. It was faithful to the original series with a few twists. The cast and look was on point. I kept getting Star Wars vibes from it. Cool. And Chad is with you there. And apparently not many others are, because it's taken Chad a while to find somebody else who has enjoyed the series. Right, everybody. I think that's probably it. But please, because I'm so forgetful, please contact me if you want to be added to the list. Everyone who's emailed me is added to the list. But please contact me off the stream if you can to be added to the list. So you know the options. I think pretty much everybody on the stream I've spoken to privately before, electronically, maybe even in the real world. But yeah, that's it. That's all the information I have for you this week. If you were expecting extra information, then I'm sorry, but I have to leave you now. But I do love you. So thank you all for joining me for another week. Oh, Fall of the Jedi. Sorry, Simon. Yeah, did I call it Fall of Anakin earlier? Fall of the Jedi is the name of, and I should know that because I stared at it for long enough with editing the Jake Lloyd video, which is linked in the video description to this stream. Go and watch the Jake Lloyd video, please. Fall of the Jedi. Runtime 3 hours and 15, but I've broken it into 2 parts, like the Lord of the Rings extended version. I'm trying to upload it to the Google Drive now. Cool, Simon, if you manage that, let me know, obviously, and then I don't have to look through hard drives, but I will look through hard drives. If not, it's no problem. And we'll get that sorted for all of those who want it. And I'm seeing Dave Milano and I think Jane Flakes, his wifey, also enjoying the Cowboy Bebop series as well. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. It looks like we are actually going to finish just under 30 minutes. So I hope you're happy, Chad. Well done. You've done your job. And I will see you this time next week, everybody. So also thank you to everybody for joining. And because I've just remembered, thank you to all Patreon members as well, including the ones that you're not seeing on the screen right now. And I will see you all soon, this time next week. So I'm going to click the end broadcast button. There's a bit of a lag, a bit of a delay. So you know we've got to keep on waving until the broadcast actually ends. So take care, everyone. I hope you have a lovely rest of the week and a great weekend. And I will talk